All right, another episode of Conversate After Dark. Tell you what's up with you.
Everything's good with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Check out the past episodes and make sure you tell a friend. So, Tay, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay, your turn on. How do you let your significant other know without saying anything?
It's hard these days because that's hard because in these days you got to use your words. You got to use your words and you got to make sure that she is cool with it because things can go bad. And then next thing you know, she'd be like, I wasn't really down with that shit, and nah, because like back in the day, I'd just be like, like kind of like my neck's like my spot. So, just kind of like, pull it close or like throw your neck out or some stuff like that. But it is some other stuff too that I like, but I ain't gonna say. And you gotta just be careful with it, man. So I probably would
With your
just,
significant other, though? I
huh?
mean, but, okay.
Okay, I missed that. I missed that
I
with
said, oh no, I'm working stuff out in my head. I said with your significant other though,
I
just
missed that.
not.
Was that
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
question?
That was part of the question. Yeah.
Okay. You see, I was triggered because of some shit that's happened to me. With my significant other, I mean, and I can't just tell them,
Right. So without using words.
I'm just gonna guide them to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna push her face to it. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Some chicks like this shit, Tay.
Yeah,
They
that's
like it.
true.
They
That's
like
true.
being a little aggressive and push them around and in a loving way. If I just told all my damn business, these chicks, you know what I'm saying? You got to get consent.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so I didn't put my foot in my mouth. You answer the question now.
Okay, so I am not a physical touch person. Unless I'm like really, really in love with somebody. I don't like to be touched like at all, for real, for real. Um, so without using words, if I'm more like into the physical touch, I'm touching more, I'm wanting to cuddle because I don't like to cuddle. So like all of the anything physical touch, if I'm into it like a lot, yeah, it's time to get it on.
You talking about you not being a physical touch person. That made me think about that time you made me mad, right?
What?
The
I
time,
made you mad.
yeah, the one time you made me mad, the time we was in Cuba and you was about to get swept
You
away.
mean when you got your feelings in a bunch because of the run tail that
No, no,
committee?
no, no. You talking about something different. You talking about something different.
So
We
what you
was
talking about?
we was all on the beach and you was about to get swept away into the Bermuda
Oh
Triangle. And I grabbed you and he was like, "Get off of me." And I was just like, damn, motherfucker, I'm trying to help
no,
you.
I didn't. It was not like that. Again, the water pushed me to the shore, so the water was like this much.
It
You're
wasn't that
not
much.
helping me.
You was about to drown.
Whatever.
But hey, for the listeners, we was in Cuba, our travel group, and the water was knocking, Tay to and fro. And she was a goner. There's a couple of sharks coming towards her, and I grabbed her and pulled her to like, here, I got you. And she snatched away from me. I was like, damn. Is that how it happened?
No, that's not how it happened. You are exaggerating. So, for all the listeners or viewers, I like what I love about the beach is the waves. So when the waves knocks you down, to me that's fun. And the wave didn't take like the tide didn't take me out further into the water. If that had happened, I would have appreciated the help. But the wave knocked me back towards the shore, so when the water was at my ankles when I stood up. I don't need no help right there. I'm good.
So not only am I a dad, but I'm also a protector of my friends who are women. So it's natural for me to reach out and to keep you from going into the water.
The
But
water
Tay,
that was at my ankles when I stood up.
you went at your damn.
It was.
Not
It
either.
was lower than my knee, so I wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna. I was safe.
Can you swim?
That's not the point.
You know, it takes two inches
Again,
to
that's
walk.
what I say. If the water had taken me out further, yes, I welcome the help. But it pushed me back towards the shore.
It's not physical touch. As soon as you said that, I thought about that. I was like, this motherfucker.
That wasn't a physical touch thing, though. That was a I'm not a damsel in distress right at this moment.
Lord, okay.
Different, totally different situation.
Yeah, I get it. I guess. I just thought about that too. As soon as you said it, I got hot all over again. Speaking of hot, hey, so I was talking to my homegirl, and we was talking about like social media and how like guys are really oblivious to when women are, I guess, flirting with them is like how I would say it, but I guess making it be known that they're interested. I think there's levels to it, like letting you know that the door is open versus just like straight out flirting. Now, I'm a Pisces. You know, like the date show, but today's the first day of Pisces season. You know what I'm saying? The best time of the year. And you know, we could get like we just saw, we could get into our feelings a little bit when our friends don't let us help them in the water and shit like that. But I think another thing about Pisces is we are big flirts, but we miss it. Well, let me speak for myself. I totally miss it when a chick flirt with me. And you got to be like obvious. Like I'm Stevie Wonder. You got to just like, hey, I like you. So, you know, I talked to a couple of my friends and they was like, yeah, women, you know, they make it known to you all the time. You got a little fan clubs with a couple of my friends. And I was like, what? Fan club? What are you talking about? And one of my friends said, you know, when you see a woman hearting, like doing the love on your picture, that's them, you know, letting you know, hey, I'm down for it. And I was like, I don't know if I believe that stuff because plenty of people, I love pictures just all the time. And it don't mean that I necessarily want to do something with that woman or what have you. There's even times where I may love a picture that a dude posts. You know, sometimes I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe just give it a like because because I don't know how people are going to take it. But my question is, are you paying attention to if somebody just likes a picture on social media or if they're giving it a heart?
I've never I've never paid attention to that type of stuff.
It don't mean that much to you, right?
No.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, yeah. And I do know I've heard people say that they use that to flirt, but I don't pay that much attention to it because it means nothing to me. I mean, if somebody's trying to flirt with me, it's gonna take more than a like or a heart on a picture for me to actually think you're flirty. Because
Now,
that's whack to me if you think that's flirty.
now, I will say this. Me hearting your picture versus me hearting your story. That's totally different.
Okay.
That's totally different. That's totally
How
different.
so?
If it's on the public page and
Hmm.
I put a love on it, that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? And the reason why I know it don't mean anything, like I'm friends with most of my, you know, my brothers, meaning my tight friends, their wives. If they
Hmm.
post a picture, you know what I'm saying, I'll put down I love it because I do love them like sisters, right? So
Hmm.
it really don't mean anything. But if you got like say, you know, people post like their little picture from vacation on their story, you know, what have you. Now, if I love that, that's me, you know, dropping a little breadcrumb. Like, is she gonna take it? Is she gonna take it? There's a difference. There's a difference between the story and the actual page.
Okay. I
Because when
could
you like
see
the
that.
story, we like the story that goes straight to the inbox. That's an
Right.
easy way to slide into the DM without sliding to the DM.
Okay. I could kind of see that. It would still take more for me than that. That
Because
means
when you
nothing to
because
me.
when you get that heart, or even if you give any type of emoji, it's gonna go to the DM, and they either gonna see it and like give it a little acknowledgement, or they're gonna be like, "Oh, thank you," and then so got him, got him, got him.
Okay, it's an intro.
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes that's all you need. Dude, I shouldn't say that. I was about to give up. I was about to violate man code.
Oh
Nah.
Lord, y'all code is not secret. Women just don't pay attention, but it's not secret as y'all think it is. But anyway, that's just
Well, I ain't gonna be the one to violate.
okay.
Well, okay. Let me speak in generalities then. Some guys set traps,
Hmm.
and you can wait a long time for that trap to actually catch something. So if
Yeah.
I keep throwing it out there, okay, let me throw it out here, see if she responds. Nah, she don't respond. Okay. I just, it's been a couple months. Let me throw a little something else out there. And, then if she responds, then I'm in there. It's just like some dudes, they be watching. They'll watch, somebody in a relationship and they posting their pictures together and all that. Then next thing you know, she just posting pictures with a dog or a cat or some shit, or she just by herself and you be like, see, you ain't been posting with your man, what's going on?
Oh God. Um, those traps don't. It's hard for me to see that as flirting because they don't work on me. Because anytime somebody has come into my DMs, at first, I will entertain it not on a flirting level, but on a somebody saying hi, let me speak. Like I'm not going to be rude. I think it's rude if somebody comes into your DMs and you don't say anything. But I've learned lately, actually, I should have learned this years ago, but I'm learning that maybe I shouldn't do that. Like even with guys I know, sometimes if their first time coming into the DMs, I need to stop speaking because they do take that as flirting, and I'm like, I'm just not being rude.
Uh, okay. So I'm not that weird that I think any DM conversations is flirting because I do talk to a lot of people on the DM because, I manage a Facebook group or whatever, and people often share stories with me. And there are often people who are married, and it is strictly business, strictly a platonic conversation.
Mm,
Because for me, in the past, I've messed with a woman who was married. I would never do it again because that's a very dangerous game to play. And for me, if I'm communicating with a woman who is married, I always think about, okay, what happens if like her husband confronted me on some shit? And I could just immediately be like, here, look at the messages. You can see there's nothing inappropriate going on. So I
mm.
don't want to say that every type of conversation that happens in the DMs has to be inappropriate, but you can tell when it is and when it's not. You can tell by the type of
I'm not necessarily saying inappropriate. I'm just saying those initial conversations, even not even something inappropriate, because I have had guys approach me later as if we've been flirting all this time, and I'm like, no, we were having a regular conversation, and I'm not rude, so I'm not gonna just leave you sitting there. Especially if I know people from a group, I'm just not gonna leave you sitting there.
Th- See, but them weird ass dudes, them type of dudes that we use in college, and they be like, "Hey, I'm gonna come over and study," and then like you be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I come back, then you come back to the room and his ass naked on your bed and shit." Then them type of dudes, then them type of weirdos.
A
You
few
got.
of them are in the organization that you're in. I'm telling you, it's this one guy, um, specifically. I
Hey, hey,
he'll
hey, hey, hey. Now when
what?
we turn this off, you're gonna have to tell me who. And I'm not
I
taking and
have
I'm
no
not taking
problem.
and I'm not taking no for an answer.
I
So
have no
yeah.
problem saying who. I wouldn't say it on air, but
No,
I
we
have
ain't
no
doing
problem
that.
saying
Yeah.
who. But he will post like people post funny memes or videos they've seen. They'll share it on their page. That's not you being funny. That's you posting something funny. So if
Yeah.
I like it or laugh at it, I'm
Yeah.
not flirting with you. But it's one of them dudes that I had to stop doing any type of interaction at all because every time I would do it, like seconds later, DM. I don't like you like that, dude. I don't.
Damn. Yeah. Sometimes guys misread. Like I just said, like I totally miss flirtation. There's oftentimes things that women do that could be perceived as flirtation.
Hmm.
and it's not. Like, I moved to the South. Women call you honey and sugar and baby and stuff like that. And sometimes you'd be like, oh shit, well, she, especially because I'm from the Midwest, we don't do stuff like that. We a lot harder,
Yeah.
how we interact with people. You do that with somebody you in a relationship with, not some random. But you go to the damn 7-Eleven and the lady's like, hey, sweetie, how you doing? So and then I think down south too, women are a lot more touchy-feely,
Hmm.
and you gotta guys will misread that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because what you consider the DMV? East Coast?
Uh, East Coast, Mid Atlantic, we get lumped in a few
See,
places.
Mid-Atlantic is East Coast to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like
If
DC
you
is
go by the Mason-Dixon line, we're in the South technically, but I don't consider us.
yeah.
I don't. We don't have a Southern vibe.
Y'all not Southern. No, y'all not Southern. No, not
Yeah.
at all. But where's I going with that? It's we just don't like people up in our space like that.
Hmm.
And down south is just a different type of vibe. And has it ever caused you an issue? Somebody liking or loving a picture with your main partner?
No. Well, like I said, I've only been social media official with one, and that wasn't really official because I didn't really post him on my page, but we interacted with each other. Again, that stuff never bothered me. But again, this was somebody I was in the lifestyle with, so
I
it's
knew
it's
I knew you was
different
gonna say.
dynamic.
Yeah, I did. And see, when I was married, we really kind of try to avoid each other's pages. There was times when I would post something funny and tag her because I was talking about her, right?
Hmm.
Or vice versa. But for the most part, we that's your friend, those are your friends, that's your world. This is mine. And then if she watched the show, she can't dispute it. But we had a little toxicity going on. So it's that, you go from I'm your Facebook friend to I'm blocked to now I'm your Facebook friend again. So we've been through that type of shit all the time. So for the most part, it's kind of like that's your world, that's mine. Now if I did something stupid, then yeah, she has something to say. But
Hmm.
I'm not about embarrassing the person I'm with. I definitely with the non-monogamy or whatever, but I'm not going to embarrass the person that I'm with.
Right.
But women do watch.
Yeah, I mean, and men do too.
Because there was a chick I was messing with, and we was not in a relationship. And she happened to be in our group,
Hmm.
and her friend posted a picture. Now, like I know, whenever there's picture day, I'm generally loving all the women's because I want to be encouraging.
Hmm.
Well, apparently this caused an issue between the two friends. Why he loving your picture?
Yeah.
What? I'm not inter I'm barely interested in you. You think I want your friend? Like, what are you talking about? And so it caused an issue. And I was just like, that type of person, if you're putting that much weight into social media for things like that, we probably shouldn't be fooling around.
Yeah. Men watch too. I don't think they necessarily watch for likes and hearts, but they definitely watch interactions because I've been accused of having fan clubs
You too? Me
back in the
too.
day. Yeah. Yeah. So but I wanted to go back to me noticing likes and hearts and stuff on my significant others page. I'm typically not a jealous person. Like I've only experienced that maybe three times in my life, and each time there was a reason why I was feeling that way. It was more intuition than jealousy. So so even if I was in a totally monogamous relationship, that stuff wouldn't bother me. But I understand I'm kind of different than most people, men and women. So
I mean, I admit I'm Pisces all the way, which means Pisces men, we are often very toxic. So I definitely am Mr. Non-monogamy, but why the fuck you talking to him? But I'm fair, right? But and I'm like, yeah, I got jealous, but I think we talked about it. No, it might have been another show. It's okay to get jealous. It's how you
Mhm.
handle and process the jealousy.
Oh yeah,
Being
definitely.
jealous is human,
Right.
right? And for people like, I don't never get jealous or whatever. Okay, all right, motherfucker, whatever. Here's a cookie. I do, but I know how to handle it and work through it because you got to
Mhm.
communicate, right?
Right.
You got to communicate. So especially, if you do something, you go too far and you end up having to apologize,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think.
Because I was with a Scorpio for years.
Oh,
So the thing about Scorpios, they will hold a grudge even if you apologize for years.
oh
But
yeah.
then they don't want to really truly apologize. It takes them years to like really truly apologize
If they do.
if they do, right?
Yeah.
And so I used to tell the Scorpio I was with, I was like, you let too much time pass. Like 2 years down the road, and I'm not exaggerating, 2 years down the road, and you could say, not I'm sorry, but I probably could have handled that differently.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wait a minute, you waited 2 years to say that? So this 2 years, I've been mad. I've been hot about this situation. Now we done moved on, but I've still been resentful about this.
Right.
And that's why I'm Scorpios, I can't, I can't, I
Well,
can't.
imagine being raised by one.
Ooh. I've raised one and I've been married to one.
Okay.
Now, the one I raised is a man. So
Okay.
while there's some overlap, there's still some, hey, listen, dog, we men, like you get your fucking shit together.
Yeah.
But the women Scorpios, for the longest, that's all I was getting. I was like, Lord, what did I do?
Yeah, they can be an issue. But apology, I mean, I think what people need to learn is that in relationships, no matter what the relationships, romantic, friends, there's always going to come a time where you're going to need to apologize for something. And, everybody isn't doesn't come forth with it immediately or the right way. That's the thing.
I don't get it because to me, that's just about being a man. I can't speak for women. I, I might get mad. I don't care. There's a good number of women who have a problem with accountability.
There's a good number of men who have a problem with it too. You don't date men, so you can't say no. You can't, like, my experiences are my experiences. I have experienced many men who don't take accountability for stuff. Now, they may not take accountability on a certain subject the way you want. I think that's a thing that's a different in men and women. But everybody, human, has a problem with accountability.
Okay, that's fair. I will say this. I am a man's man. Would you agree with that, Tay, from what you know about me?
Yeah.
There are certain standards that men hold to. So if you are dealing with somebody who can't hold himself accountable, straight up apologize, not make excuses, that's a bitch made ass dude. So I don't really consider them like a man's man. So a man's man will say, I blew it. I'm sorry. That's it.
Hmm, I don't know. Because I
You're not a
think
man.
I
I'm gonna pull you. You're not a
no,
man.
no, no,
So
no. But
I can
I'm
tell you.
telling
I
you,
can tell
I've
you how men are
experienced,
supposed to be. This is how men are supposed to be. We're supposed to set the example.
and I'm going by examples that have been set for me from men I've dated, from men in my family who are men's men. Because no matter what you say, there's no straight definition for what a woman is, for what a man is. There's only your opinion of what that is. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of things that men do and women do where they will not take accountability for it.
I don't respect it.
Okay,
I
you
ain't talking,
may not.
and
That
I'm
doesn't
not
mean it
talking
doesn't
about. Listen,
happen.
I'm not talking about your family. I ain't talking about your family. I'm just saying,
I'm
men.
not necessarily saying that this has been like my experience with the men in my family. I'm just saying that you can't put the no accountability thing only on women. It's a human thing because people don't like to be wrong. That's a human thing. That's not a man or woman thing. That's a human thing. People do not like to be wrong. They don't like to be called out.
You remember when the pandemic happened and COVID was ravaging the U.S., but it was particularly more devastating to the Black community.
Hmm.
The lack of accountability is particularly more devastating to Black women.
Whatever. My point is, it's a lot of men in this world who do not take accountability for things.
Oh shit,
Anyway,
that was funny.
anyway, so the guy who made the five who came up with the theory of the five love languages, he also came up with the theory of the five apology languages. So it's how you best receive someone's apology. So have you heard of
How you
this?
apologize or how you receive it.
Both, because even in the love languages, you need to know you know, how you receive love. But if you get into a relationship, you should learn how your partner receives it too. So you can give them, so it's always a give and take.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, what? I'm assuming you got the list. What's the?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Okay, so there are five again. Number one is expressing regret. So this apology language requires recognition of the hurt that you caused for your loved one. Your partner is looking for a genuine "I'm sorry," which conveys that you understand that you caused your partner to feel emotional pain. So that's expressing regret.
I think that I definitely can get with that. I think that the one thing though that will be considered problematic for me is that if it's something that's part of my character, I can apologize for hurting them or making them mad, but I always say, look, now, I'm not perfect. I may do this again. It's not my intention, but I hear what you're saying.
Mhm. So the next one is accepting responsibility. Now this is my number one. I took the quiz, so just like the five love languages, you can take the quiz. This was my number one, and this is why I know that men and women don't don't take accountability because I look for this when somebody is apologizing. Anyway, accepting responsibility. This apology language requires you to take ownership and responsibility for the wrongdoing. Your partner not only needs you to say, I'm sorry, but also needs you to admit to your wrongdoing. It's important to accept responsibility without offering excuses or justification.
I get with that. And I especially hate when people be like, I'm sorry if it made you mad. Nah,
Yeah,
bitch, be sorry for what the fuck you did. Not because I got mad about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number three, making restitution. If this is your partner's apology language, it's crucial to follow up your apology with something like, how can I make this up to you? Or how can I make things right between us? Your partner needs the opportunity to choose what they need to feel whole again.
I think that's easier said than done because oftentimes from a male perspective, male dating a woman, that to me, that could open you up to like being punished.
Hmm.
Like I've done things like, I've cheated. I've been a cheater in the past. And she may have got me back, right? But also she's gonna bring it up again. Well, we know you what you do, whatever, and kind of make me feel bad for hurting her, like I did. So that whole how can I make it better? A lot of times, at least with the women I've dealt with, they don't want to hear that shit. Like, how can I make
Yeah.
it better? Most of the time they just like, fuck you, like I'm still with you if they decide to stay. So
Yeah, I was
that one right there, that concept is a little bit more difficult for me to grasp.
yeah, I don't this one doesn't resonate with me only because I really don't believe people when they say things like you got to prove it to me through actions and through
Yeah.
change behavior, yes, but I don't want to hear you tell me. Just do it.
Yeah.
So
I promise I'll delete her number. I won't even go over there no more. And to be lying like a motherfucker.
exactly. Okay, number four, genuinely repenting. This apology language not only offers genuine apology, but also an expression for how you will make changes to ensure the hurtful action won't be repeated. Those who have this apology language need to hear their partner is willing to modify their behavior and explain how they will do better in the future.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I'm old and I mess around and fuck up again. And then next day, be like, you said you would never do that again. You said you would never hurt me in that way again. I'm not gonna set myself up that way.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm gonna be straight up like, look, I'm sorry. And unless it's just some straight up foul stuff. And I try not to live in a foul way, but no, I'm not doing that. That's a setup for failure. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
But
doing
it's
it.
some people's love, I mean, apology language. And the last one is requesting forgiveness. If this is your partner's apology language, it's important to follow up your apology with a request that they forgive you. This gives your partner a sense of control of the remediation.
I don't understand.
So I guess when they say they apologize and then they ask for your forgiveness. So I guess that's the whole part of it. So not just them saying, please forgive, I mean, saying, I apologize, but they're saying, I need your forgiveness. Or
Now,
will you forgive me?
to me, that sound like some please, baby, baby, please. That's what that sounds like to me. And you got to be a hell of a woman. Now, I've done that before. Please, baby, baby, please don't leave me. I for sure have done it. Got on what the boys and men say, got down on bended knee, said even forced a tear or two. I told you I'm
Mhm.
toxic Pisces. But
So,
but that please, baby, I think at this age, most women gonna see right through that shit.
hopefully.
That's the stuff you can pull when you a young man and you with a young woman. I remember I had did I cheat on this girl? It's in high school. I probably cheated on her. And we weren't even having sex. I was still a virgin.
Hmm.
She was too. But I think I went on a date with somebody else. And me and my homeboy went over where she was at with her friend. And they was all mad at me. So me and her, she finally, gave me an opportunity to talk. And videos was playing on the TV, right? And I'm up here, please, baby, baby, please, please. And Babyface, Never Keeping Secrets came on. And I said, I promise you, I'll never keep another secret. And she fell for that shit.
Oh gosh.
And then I lied again. And she ended up breaking up with me for good. But yeah, I'm
Oh,
not above the please, baby, baby, please. No.
okay.
But most women don't do that shit though. Yeah, they do. I'm lying. They do. They do. But women,
Yeah.
if a woman gonna please, baby, baby, please, she's a little, they a little
No, I
low
can't
key.
say that.
Wait,
I
wait,
can't say that.
you can't say that because you ain't dated women.
No, I was gonna say that. I know I've seen women beg for forgiveness, so
You
yeah.
have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what did they do?
I'm not, I'm not kidding. No, I mean most of the time it's the usual, the cheating or whatever. But yeah, I've seen it.
Have I had a woman beg me? I probably have. Here's the thing though, when somebody begs though, that's a turn off.
It is. Definitely
That's a
is.
turn. That's a turn off. That's a turn off. And and I've been in a situation where I was really like doing that, and I had a woman. She was like, "Look, man, let's stop. Like, I respect you too much. Don't do that. I'm not gonna let you do that. Let's just move on. Let's just move on."
Yeah.
And I mean, but I'm not above doing that to get what I want.
Oh gosh. Like I said, that talking, anything that's talking, don't do anything for me because I don't believe you. I was thinking about this the other day. It was my cousin's fault.
Oh, your
So
cousin was a man. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so growing up, we were really close. We were more like brother and sister than cousins. And he used
I
to tell
got one
me
like that. Yeah.
all his all his trash that he used to say to women. So I was like, so from a teenager, I was like, I don't trust nothing y'all say.
He violated man law.
I was his favorite person. What?
He violated man law. But no, he did right. He did right. He did right. So hey, listen, before we go,
Hmm.
I got a would you or wouldn't you?
Okay.
Actually, would you rather have this or would you rather have that?
Okay.
Would you rather have deep, intense, passionate sex once a week or routine, quickie sex every day of the week? There's no, that's it. Those are the only two outlets.
Um, I like the frequency of the quickie sex, but I prefer the deep passionate. So I'll take that once a week.
I'm gonna take that deep, passionate. I'm listen. It's Pisces season. I'm about to be 49. I don't have nothing to prove. Give me like one good ass session, right? That we can, kind of, think about all week and build up anticipation. I'd rather have that than that quickie routine. Cause that quick when it's quickie routine every day, it becomes something on the to-do list. It becomes they ain't gonna like when I say this, but it could become a chore.
Yeah.
It could become just, hey, listen, it's something that we just do. And it loses its value. So I'd much rather have that. Yeah, shit, you ain't even got to give me an either or, two, once, twice a week, and we get deep and nasty with it. Give me that every day, every week, for
I
sure.
prefer that 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. But if the in the terms of the parameters of the question, I'll take the once a week.
Is that sustainable though?
It has been in my past. I mean,
How old were you?
leading up until my last situation. So, I mean,
Y'all was having deep, passionate sex 4 or 5 times a week.
well, because no, because it's because of work. But I could before I was doing that and I was in my 30s with
Early
that
30s, mid 30s.
early to mid.
That make a difference. You was younger.
No, no. The reason why it was that way with him was because we lived closer and I was over his house every day. With the other ones, we didn't live as close, so I wasn't able to get to them that often. But if I could have, I would have.
Every day.
I don't necessarily need it every day, but good 4 or 5, maybe 6 times. That's good. I mean, even God rested on the seventh day.
Oh
I can
God.
rest.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that. Come on. Look. The dodge of the lightning. But let me ask you. So what's the longest relationship you ever been in?
4 years.
That's a good amount of time. And
I
y'all
mean,
kept
all of my relationships have been about 3, 4, about that.
and you've been able to sustain that type of energy throughout the whole 4 years or a good portion of the 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, different situations. So depending on where they live, how work is going. I mean, all of that plays a part in being in access and access, being able to get to it. I mean, my longest relationship was longer than 4. I think. Yeah, that it was longer than 4. It may have been 6 or 7. I can't think right now. But anyway, he lived in Baltimore. So I wasn't driving to Baltimore. Oh, I'm sorry.
You dated a Baltimore dude? A
I
DC girl
know,
dated a Baltimore dude? What?
I know, but
You dated
he
a
was
Bama? You dated a
look,
Bama? You dated a Bama? What?
he had my weakness. He was funny. He still is funny because we're still friends.
Okay.
He's
Does
funny.
he still watch the show?
Every now and then.
Sir, I'm
Not
sorry.
not
Sir, I'm
often.
sorry for calling you a Bama, but that's what DC people call y'all. I remember most of my friends from DC, when you bring up Baltimore, they be like, God, they talk about how the Baltimore people dress. Y'all just have like a disdain for Baltimore people. I
Maybe
think
older
the
Baltimore.
only people that y'all dislike more than Baltimore people are people from Virginia.
We kind of ignored Virginia.
And that's worse. Like y'all, at least if you talking bad, that means there's a little bit of like love there. Cause you kind of like, but Virginia people, y'all don't even want to include them. It's like it's just the M, ain't no V.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I've lived in the D and the M. I've never lived in the V, but it is what it is.
Mm.
But anyway, but what I'm saying is he lived an hour away. And actually, a couple of times he lived past Baltimore, so it was more than an hour away. So yeah, I wasn't seeing him that many times during the week, but on the weekends it was popping. So
I hear you. That's like I was just talking to one of my homegirls. I said, you live in Dallas Fort Worth, you could be in a long distance relationship and technically live in the same city.
yeah, I believe that.
Because like if you live in DeSoto and she lives in Frisco, that's an hour and 15 each way.
Hmm.
That's an hour and 15 without traffic.
Hmm.
And you still in what we call the Metroplex.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it. But
Yeah.
no, listen, I ain't got nothing to prove. Once a week.
Not me proving anything. It's just enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm greedy.
Yeah, she said I'm greedy.
Especially if it's good, I want it more. Most people, yeah, if it's good, I want it more. So, and I've been blessed. I've been fortunate to have to be in relationships with people who were good. So I'm just saying, I wanted it all the time.
Well, we know why you've been in relationships with them because if they ain't good, you're not giving them a second shot. You just said
Okay,
that.
that's true.
They
That's
can't
true.
even prove he can't even prove that he's funny. He got nah, you ain't you didn't drop the ball out the gate. No, no. Tay's hard on him. Tay gorilla pimp. Tay gorilla pimp. You know what I'm saying? That don't like to be touched. Don't touch me. I'm about to drown. I'm about to drown off the shores of Cuba, but don't touch me, Marv.
It was two totally different situations that had nothing to do with physical touch.
All right, but tell people they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD the podcast at gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com. Check out our past episodes. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.